Hello there, folks. Hello there, folks. Wow. That is some welcome, guys. All right. I am ready. I am ready to eat this. I'm ready to eat this. I've been ready to eat this, but let's go devour some. So anybody wondering what happened? Basically, I was charging it, but I guess it wasn't working. I thought it was, but it wasn't. And so it died, and then I couldn't end the stream. Yeah, it died. I couldn't end the stream. And honestly, this is why I take the tone I do. And I'm like, well, that's trash, because the point is, I mean, if your end stream button just completely isn't there, that's kind of weird. It's kind of messed up. So I like that. That's all I'm saying. It just wasn't there. I couldn't end the stream. So that's why if you kept coming in and you're wondering why it wasn't there, that's why, because I couldn't end it. I tried to go in and end the stream and it wouldn't let me. So that's weird. But other than that, that's what happened. And other than that, I'm gonna go get food now. We're gonna eat food, and I appreciate the support from the ones that do support me. And no, it's not negativity, really. It's just a response to all the negativity I've been given lately. A lot of the stuff that's been happening to me. I'm being harassed. So, and if I even sort of kind of talk about that or anything like that, it's like, oh, let's mess with the stream. So, it's just, that's the point. Is they're coming in like crazy now, because now it is being looked into stuff. Because I can't even, we can't even just be normal anymore. It's the sort of thing where they're making a bunch of people kind of look at me a certain way, just because they're coming in and causing these issues and stuff like that. So that's why like I said, normally I would just block people that are like that, but lately, that's the point, is I wanted essentially just the name to get looked at, by the people that are looking into it and stuff, and just to know who that person is and stuff. If they're not doing anything wrong, then fine. But obviously, it's starting to kind of look like. That's the point, is that they kind of just do this to people, and then and if that's your game, something like that, you're just sort of pressuring people to leave the platform. You're going to their channel to pressure them to leave the platform, instead of creating healthy competition on your own by making good content. You're just not doing it correctly. So. That's why that wouldn't be a real good thing to do, and it's not good for the community, So anyway, let's go eat some. Right? I need to. I said, I appreciate the people that know what's going on. You've been around long enough, you know what's going on. You sort of see it now, and really all that happens is when certain people find out about it, sometimes they just kind of join the crowd to essentially gang up on me, and that's kind of like the new game that a lot of these folks will run, is that like they're like, they're the good ones or something like that, like they just put like this big front or something like that, where they could do no wrong, stuff like that. And it's like that, like, well, that's a problem if you can't admit like that's all that is, essentially you're just trying to do it look a little different, and so that's the point, is I try to objectively look at things and talk about them. Just say, well, like these are the good things about this, but then also like I see this too. I see the bad in this too. Like, obviously weigh that out for yourself. If that makes sense. So anyway. But yeah. Anytime you have like even if it's like some sort of a cult following, where it's like a bunch of people that just follow this particular streamer or something like that, it's still a cult following. Like the streamer has to be unbiased. They have to be able to they have to be willing to call themselves out at times, and say that, like that's the point. Is like a lot of times that they won't even call themselves out and recognize when they're wrong about certain things and stuff like that. And so like you can't, when somebody is unwilling to do that, then all they're doing is just the same thing, but they're just like sort of kind of better at hiding it than somebody else maybe, or they're just better at like they just like a different way of, until they're just cutting it out. But again, anytime we talk about politics, like it doesn't even matter with it's not even just government politics, but just like the politics of situations in general. And anytime you consider that is anytime somebody that isn't willing to very obviously consider both sides and stuff like that, and they just always say one thing and not even consider any other, like actually debate it, like consider it and stuff like that, then you know where they sit, and they'll always sit there. And so like that's that. Okay, I guess that's good in some aspect, but it's also bad. That's the point. You have to recognize that. And so that's what a lot of people can't do, and that's why I'm here. I try to help look at things in an unbiased scope, and this is why they don't like me, because I say these things that are contrary to things they've said, and they know that they're wrong, and now I'm sort of proving it. So what they do is they copy what I say and then like just say it later, but then like try to make sure nobody else like knows that I've said it and stuff like that. It's really petty. Like I just don't get why like people can't just make content. But anyway, not everybody's a copycat. We got some good content creators out there. Yeah, not everybody's a copycat. Some people know how to take something and make it their own. Yeah, I think sometimes people try a little bit too hard with something, and then it ends up looking like, yeah, very obviously I know where they got this from. But I think that's a lot of people these days, that sort of run into a wall and don't know where to go. But what you would have to remember is then that's when you do something else, or you take a break or something like that, because it's you're not an artist if you're just forcing that content. That's not what it's supposed to be. Think about almost any artist over the years that you can think of that like rose to fame or something like that. A lot of them, it was really controversial. Essentially they said some things that a lot of people really hated them for. They got the threats, stuff like that, but they just did it anyway. They're an artist, they didn't care. That's kind of the point. That's the motivation. That's who my example is. That's the point is I see all these people doing stuff like this, and essentially calling it out and not being afraid to, and people hate them and hate them and hate them and hate them, and then eventually people wise up and they realize that they were just calling things out. And imagine the amount of hate that guy got back then when he did that, and then now it's like then now people kind of laugh about it, and they can talk about it and stuff like that. But that's the point is that's how it was with like so many people throughout history that like that's the point is like you think about Howard Stern, you think about I mean, I'm not comparing myself to these people by any means. Absolutely not. I'm just saying, like, along those same lines, there are people that have done this and rose to, the top. Essentially, like, saying things that are truth that a lot of people disagree with, and it didn't matter that it was something they disagreed with, it was just truth. And they got a lot of crap for it, a lot of hate for it. And I'm just comparing it to that because that's the point, is that these people did those same things. So yeah, not comparing myself by any means, just because it's a similar, that's the point, is I talk about things that make sense. But yeah, there's things that normally, if it's a subject matter, that's what it is. Somebody said about aggressive, you're aggressive or something like that. That's just tone. That's people being triggered by a tone. And so like if this bothers them, they just shouldn't watch my content. Like that's all that is. Like that's somebody they have an inability, like it's the sort of thing where like they can't acknowledge the fact that they like the content because they're continuing to watch it. So it's just an inability to admit to themselves they actually do like it, but they're convinced they hate it, yet they keep watching. And so like that's the point, is it's just a tone thing. It's they hate the tone and they don't understand that, and it's just a tone. You know what I mean? So like that's the point, is to not be so affected by somebody's tone or something like that. Like what's like I'm just a guy on YouTube, making content, so I think if like the tone came from somebody like a world leader or something like that, like that's a little bit different. That makes sense. But like that's the point, is like I'm not delivering speeches to people about the state of the union or like things like that. I'm just it's so good that like other people kind of started just sort of saying the same things I said, and then they're getting viewers to go over there with the hook that they're nice and stuff like that. It's like, that's what they're trying to peddle to you, that I'm not nice. They come in with their alts, they trigger responses, they're literally doing this thing with my stream. Every time I stream now, they're just making the bitrate go all over the place. So it causes an issue for the stream. That's why it's being investigated. People aren't being investigated because they're being rude to me. I'm just going to block them. It's being investigated because somebody's literally doing this to like a hack attempts and stuff like that. Like, that's serious, man. And like, that's the point, is like everybody's seeing it now. It's not just me. Like, physically, people are seeing it with their own eyes now, in person. So like, that's the point. That's why I'm like just done with it. And people that are further peddling what they're doing and stuff like that, that's why they're further proving that it is them kind of doing it. Because otherwise they just leave me the hell alone. Them coming out suddenly now to harass me and go out of their way and shit, it really makes them look fucking guilty. Because that's the point. They never came in this bad before. Like, this is just, like, it's bad. So that's why, like, we had to get the baits in there. We're pointing the camera at the screen and stuff like that. And yeah, and it's crazy, but it's working. And it's kind of amazing, that's the point, is that they're coming in convincing you. It's the same way, and this is why I say it's so important for people to understand media and how people spin things. This is why I talk about that stuff. It's exactly the same thing that the media has been doing with political propaganda for decades. It's the same thing. Just content creators are doing it now. And the trolls are coming in groups on the platform to help them. So they just lie about a creator and lie about this and create scenarios where it would happen. So they come in by storm on alts that aren't real people and don't exist, cause a problem for the stream, cause this and that technical issue, whatever. This streamer's seen it a million times. They know what's going on, but they can't, like, how do they explain it? Because they don't know enough about it. So you know what I mean? Like, it's not just me, it's other people too. And so the point is, they're creating these scenarios where they're coming in by storm, getting these people to quit because they know that they have one content creator that's pretending to be this person's friend, and they're networked with the channel or something like that. So they sort of hang around a little bit and then very slowly siphon their subs off of that channel. And that's their game. And there's a few con artists on YouTube right now doing exactly that, where all they're doing is causing a bunch of technical issues for people. Then, the content creator sees what's happening. They can't really explain it. They just know what's happening. The people come in by storm to insult them, do this or that, yada, yada, yada. It causes the responses. People hate them. And it's literally just the fact that this person's being harassed by a bunch of people into essentially responding to being attacked. You're being attacked. You're just streaming, and suddenly every stream after a certain point, like, let's say you played Hogwarts Legacy and people really hated you for that, but you continued playing it anyway, and you block them and they can't come in and hate on you. So then they just come in by storm and try to cause your problems for your stream and crash your streams and stuff like that, and do all kinds of things subtly. There's a problem there. Okay? Yeah. So that's the point. Is we have these content creators that they literally exist to con people and to siphon subs off channels and to get people to quit. Like, they'll pretend to be their friend or something like that, and then sort of just hang around them for a while, and then slowly try to siphon subs off them and stuff like that. Anybody that used to be on a channel and used to be like a regular in the chat, and then just all of a sudden out of nowhere just got like really aggressive and upset at nothing, and then hated this person and just left the channel. Be really wary of that type of person. Why the fuck would they do that? Why would they cause a big issue in chat, suddenly leave the channel, and then they're like, oh, I hate this, blah, 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 blah. They're trying to steal subs. This is why you don't go around as a content creator and go in chats. You talk about it. You make content about it if you want. So why are people coming in and causing a problem for my stream when I make content about it? Because they want to trigger a response. They want me to a single solitary time to go in a chat and do something like that. They want me to do that. They're trying to get that response, and they have never a single time gotten it. So they're just oh man, more and more and more and more. And that's the issue, is because the point is they've never gotten that. So they're trying even harder. And that's the point, is as content creators, the moment you start doing that stuff back, that's it. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't be like supportive and positive in people's chats and participate if you want. But it's the sort of thing where the moment you start taking place in the drama, get out of there. You know, like you're not making content at that point, you're participating in the drama. You're adding to it. You're the detractor, you're the troll. So anyway, I'm gonna go get my food. It does seem like we have a lot of folks hanging out on YouTube, essentially to con others into to sort of stealing their subs from them. Even if it would seem like this person might not necessarily be the person that you like. You know, like they're not the most appealing content creator in the world. So who cares? The point is that if somebody wants to con their... What do con artists do? What do they do? What is somebody that cons other people do? Do you guys know? You've been conned or watched a movie with that or something, like read a book? They get you to like them. They create a huge scenario where they get you to like them and stuff like that. So here's this guy that was triggered to ask me what I'm yapping about. There we go, Mike Shipper. All right, there you go. I gotta go get my pizza. I'll be right back. Mike Shipper. You see how it's just a trigger. Like they have to. Hey 365, what's up, man? Notice how I never took the wrenches from some of the real ones. I'll be right back. Hey 365, what's up, man? Glad you're here. All right. All right, we got the Dr. Pepper. I'm gonna put this here for now. We got the Dr. Pepper. And we got the pizza. Oh, look at that. We got a medium cheese pizza here from Pizza Hut. We've got a medium cheese pizza here. Can we get some likes? Can we get some dubs in the chat? Can we get some likes and some dubs in the chat, please? Can we get some dubs in the chat? Where's the support in here? We're gonna devour this pizza totally for free. We're not getting we're not getting any like all these crazy subs. We're not getting donos. We're not getting any of this crap. We're doing this totally for free for you guys. And I'm gonna devour this and do my best. Can we get some likes in here? I mean, geez, we're at 0. You know what? We've been getting so many people showing up, and all they're doing is disliking. And that's all they're doing. It's like so petty. It's literally all they're doing. Yeah, it's non-stop. This is why people that are blocked should not have interactions with your channel. Certain people aren't mature enough to handle alts, because they're coming in on their alts. They're bringing people. They're literally just coming in and hitting the dislike. Yeah, they're just hitting the just literally coming in by storm to spam the dislike on like all the streams. Even though they're also coming in to literally sit there and try to hack the stream too. So we not only have a problem with these assholes trying to hack, but then they come in and sit there and spam the dislike button. And half the time I'm just sitting there playing a game. You're making a pizza now look so good. That's awesome. Hey, 365, can you hit that like for me, please? Can you please hit that like for me? Can we get a like? I don't see a single like in here. A lot of one. Yeah, everybody's hanging out. So what are we hanging out for if we're not liking the stream? If we don't like, that's okay. But like, so many people are sitting in here watching the stream, and then they spam the dislike button. You clearly didn't dislike the stream if you sat here and watched the whole thing. Yeah. Otherwise, you have a serious problem, and you're the one sitting there continuously watching something you hate. That's your problem, not mine. No, it's true. Oh, man. Look, guys. The funny thing is, I don't even have 1,000 subs. And a certain other person has 108,000 subs. And he's sitting there swearing at his chat, cursing out his chat half the time. Crying about not getting support and donations and stuff. You know what? All I'm doing is trying to point out the fact that people are literally hacking my stream and trying to stop me from streaming. And I'm harassed by like all these alts and shit. Like, are you kidding me? I'm getting harassed like hardcore. Like, not a single, like I had one my No Man's Sky stream, that like relax stream. Hey CD man, what's up? That relax stream that I did, well, it wasn't really a relax stream. That last No Man's Sky stream I did, we're just playing No Man's Sky. No lie, 6 freaking dislikes. Yeah, and there was like 2 likes. Gee, I wonder who the 2 were. Yeah. Yeah, that's at like it's at like 50 or 60 views or something. So out of the people that wanted to give it some sort of response, yeah, and we're just playing No Man's Sky, like building stuff. Like, what the heck? Well, what's really weird is, I don't know what game they're playing, but Cookie came in that stream too and said something, and then I responded, but then he just didn't answer after that. So I'm not sure what happened there, but I'm not sure, you know, like maybe they're trying to like run some game or something like that. But I do know at various times they all the time make people think to stream in. Ugh. Dr. Pepper, that's right. Alright, let's get this pizza back up here. Let's get this pizza back up here. Let's get this pizza back up here. Oh. Mm. 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 Been playing WoW tonight. Yeah. I want to play some WoW too. It's awesome though. What are you playing? What class are you playing? Oh, yeah. $365 made the pizza. Level 48 warrior. It's got to be from Pizza Hut. Don't play with your food. Thanks. I'm pretty solid with those, but I usually try not to. I usually just mute my mic or something. hot honey. No, I even worked at a pizzeria, and I don't think I ever heard of that. Is that real? Hot honey? Hot honey pizza. What is that? Or you just made that up? Hot? You just saying that? Yeah, you gotta order an original pan pizza from Pizza Hut. Not the thin crap. Not that thin crap. You gotta order the original pan. That's how you're gonna get it looking like that. Classic marinara. Yep. There is a difference. You could go to Pizza Hut for years and have a totally terrible experience because honestly that thin pizzas, nothing to write home about. This stuff though, this original one, they're still doing it right. Alright now, CD man, you rock, man. Yeah, it's so good, and look, you can eat the crust too. And crust is nice and crispy. Like I'm trying to get through the pizza before we get on the crust, but I'll take a bite here. You hear it? Nice and crisp. That's the point, like, you really can have a really bad experience just thinking that, you know, well, that pan pizza, that's it, you know? No, the original, I'm sorry, the thin, the hand tossed. That's what a lot of people think, that Pizza Hut's hand tossed is, well, that's it. No. A pan pizza. If you want hand tossed, go to a pizzeria or something. Yeah, don't go to a chain for a hand tossed. Yeah, it probably won't be good. That's the point. Yeah, the dough's probably frozen. Alright, we got 4 left. We got 4 left. I'm slowing down already. After this, we got 4 left. I'm just looking at this big ass truck next to me. That's nice. Yeah. Surprise, surprise. I got nothing against big trucks. It's just how people drive them. Most people aren't responsible enough to own one. That's just my opinion. But the ones that are, I respect you. The ones that drive it slow, take their time around the corners, I respect you. Mm-hmm. I could if I wanted to. It's not healthy to eat that fast, though. I did literally just fit that whole slice in my mouth. It's just not healthy. It's not. Take your time. Chew your food. Oh, man. I don't know, but we gotta figure out, dude. You want to get out of the pizza? So, CD man, I gotta sit here. I have to sit here, and I have to say, I don't know, dude, but we'll figure it out, dude. And I have to say it like endlessly for like several minutes on end. What does it even mean? Like, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay, you already said it. Why did you say it like 20,000 other times? Ah, I deserved that. Instant karma. There you go, guys. I told you. See, I get it back. See, this is what you guys don't get. You guys are sitting in here trolling and tormenting somebody that you think needs it. No, this is this is what life does to me. Like I can't even drink something. Like I literally like it just it's on my lap now. Like people act like I need it or something. It's like no, dude. You have no idea. Literally no idea what I've been through. What we figuring out, bro? Yeah, I know. I know. It's in my lap. Real left. It's your drum solo for today. That was weak. You did better than that. There was a time the operation of the machine became so odious. And it makes you so sick at heart that you can't take part. You can't even passively take part. And you've got to put your body upon the gears, upon the levers, upon all the apparatus, and you've got to make it stop. That means something. That is important. Oh my God. Ugh. This is tough. This is tough. I'm trying. I can't promise I'll finish the crust too, but I'm at least gonna attempt to finish the pizza. Oh my God. What do you mean, where is this? You mean, where am I? I'm gonna finish my energy drink. No. Interesting that you'd pick New York, though. Interesting that you'd pick that. Yeah. Are you trying to figure out where my ISP is routing the stream? Is that why you asked that? Oh, okay. I was just asking. Gotcha. Oh, is that it? That is why? Oh, okay. You said, of course. Okay. I'm everywhere. Yeah, I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere all at once. Yep. You'll never know. I'll finish my energy. Boston. Yep. Totally. Totally. Yep, totally Boston. You are spacing, bro. There's nothing in chat for me to pay attention to. So yeah, I'm gonna look out the window. It's not spacing. That's looking out the window. If that's what you're referring to. I'm assuming that's what you're referring to. Nice try, though. Was this some sort of test
feels like some sort of test. I look like a redhead from Ireland. Thank you. I'll take that. Hey, that's a compliment. I'm fine with that. You're mad Pizza Hut's closing Little Caesars? Wait, what? What does that mean, CD man? Imagine detracting in a stream where somebody's eating pizza. Oh. Trying to figure out where I'm doing this from, CD man. Why? Because I'm eating pizza? I mean, it is good. Oh my god. Not a question. Oh, that gets you banned, actually. You know what? Actually, we have to ban you. Yeah. Oh, so sad. Too bad. Sorry. Yep, we're not talking about drugs in chat. Yep, not talking about that in chat. You gotta talk about that on other people's chats. We're not talking about that in this chat. Yeah, you're the one mentioning that. Yeah, sorry. You know what I mean? Like I thought it was funny at first, but then I realized, oh right. Yeah, they're trying to mention a certain subject to get the stream to, yeah. So we're not having that. Let's get you banned, but yeah, let's get you banned, but CD man, I appreciate you, man. Seriously. CD man, getting a pizza, enjoying the stream with me. Appreciate you. And 365 coming in earlier. We got the trifecta lately. We getting some support. I appreciate it. We got the no sleep, the 365, and the CD man trifecta lately. Thank you guys. I'm trying, man. I got this, and I got one more. Have you checked out the System Shock remaster? Never played the original, but it looks cool. No, I have not. I have the System Shock. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I don't know what that is. Yeah, so I'm right there with you. No idea what it is. What is it? Okay. I'm assuming. Since you're asking me, since you said never play the original. Oh, Prey. Prey was that shooter, right? That was a shooter. Like, I think I used to play that. Oh no, Fear. I'm thinking of Fear. Fear and Fear 2. I played Fear 2 a lot. I don't remember what Prey was. I'm sorry. Oh. Oh my god. Oh. I'm trying. It's painful. It's painful at this point. Ugh. So much pizza. I'm trying to remember, like, I can see, like, the art for Prey. You know what I mean? Like, I can see the word Prey and then the art, and then, isn't there, like, a little, just, like, one little, like, guy or somebody, like, standing there at the bottom? It's kind of small. I think I can see, like, the art for, like, the game itself, but I don't remember playing it. I do confuse that game with Fear, though. Like I said, I played Fear 2, and I remember that was fun. Oh my god. I don't know why I confused it with Fear. I think it's just because maybe the 4 letters, Prey, Fear, and the art may have looked similar. It's like white lettering, so my brain would have remembered it that way sometimes. That's why advertising is so important for games. Last one. Last one. I'm trying. Let me get a drink. Oh man. One more. Mm, mm, mm. Even though it's tough to eat because I'm so full, it's still good. Mm. I'm gonna blow up. It's a lot of pizza, man. And it's thick pizza. It's thicker than a lot of those places. Oh man. I'm struggling. I need to take another Dr. Pepper swig. I know, right, dude? I noticed that too. Like I get so many viewers that sit here and obviously hate watch. Like they're not here to contribute or really watch. They're here to hate and dislike the stream or otherwise some way cause some sort of problem for me. Like I'm legit being harassed by people. So what's Prey again, CD man? Is that another? Is that like is it like Dead Space or something? I don't know if you heard me earlier. I don't know if that's like Dead Space or I'm trying to remember what that is exactly. I mean, I can look it up later. I just right now, obviously, I can't do that. I thought I did, but I keep confusing that game with Fear. I played Fear and Fear 2. I really liked Fear 2. But no. I thought I did, but I guess I didn't. Because I just remembered that that's the game I confused with Fear. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, sort of like Dead Space, right? Except less constrictive, probably, would be my guess. Which is probably why I thought it was more like Fear. Because Fear is very much, it would be like the concept of, you guys remember Aliens vs. Predator? That was a cool shooter too, where you actually played as the alien or the predator, or the marine. And Fear was like that, where you had certain abilities and stuff like that. I started getting pretty good, and then they shut down the servers. Prey's good, but you never finished it. I played Dead Space back in the day when it was like new. I remember thinking that was really good too, but it was the same thing where like it was really hard for me to finish it for some reason. I think it was just because like I was busy, like, and I'd play that and it would just make me want to go play like Silent Hill or something. Well, it's just crossed. It's just crossed. So it's left. Oh my god. That was a lot. For me. There was a time, well, that would feel like nothing, honestly. But yeah, right now, oh my god, that was a lot. Oh man, I want some strawberries. Ever since that day I ate strawberries on the stream, I have not been able to find any nearly as good or fresh. Those were just undeniably some of the freshest I've ever had. But go get your strawberries, man. Thanks for hanging out. I freaking love strawberries, man. Like if they're good, it is tough. Yeah, a lot of them are tangy. They are. but you get some good ones. Whew. That in that day, they were spot on. Oh man. What's up? What's up, other viewers, as CD Man put it? What's up, other viewers? Oh my goodness. What's going on? What's going on, other viewers? What's up? Yeah? Man. You eat a bunch of food, you just like... Does anybody else like just feel like they don't want to move? You know, like okay, yep, too much food. You know, there are like trees and stuff here. Look at the trees. The trees. The trees. Man, people have nothing better to do with their time. It's true. People are dumb. Truth. Me included. Oh my goodness. Imagine detracting in somebody else's chat. Could never be me. Yeah, imagine detracting in someone else's chat. Could never be me.
excited as I get, right? Ya da 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 da. You know, it never fails. You know, like literally everybody just like has to find something about me that's you know, like, oh, that's wrong. You know, like oh well, oh now he's just eating a pizza in the car. Now he's just eating a pizza in the car. When we can't say, what can we say about that? We can't say anything like so, like, you know, like that's the point, is like there's nothing they can say. They just come up with like completely ridiculous fucking bullshit. So that's the point, is even when there's nothing to say, that's what they're trying to peddle. They just come out of nowhere and then just like find something, you know. They just this is the point, is like, even when I'm just sitting here making good content, they can't, you know what I mean? Like, they just can't take that. They just like, oh my gosh, let's go in and harass and just don't watch. So we've had one concurrent viewer consistently the entire time. Yet, definitively, there's been somebody in here too consistently the whole time not chatting. So, it's like just hanging out. I mean, it's fun if you're hanging out to, yeah, like you're doing other stuff. Like that's gonna happen. You know, we definitely want we want some support. We want to try to make sure you're being vocal if you're hanging out, and if not, you know, just tune out and, you know, do something else for now. You know, don't leave it running. That sort of thing. You know, I mean, if you're listening, that's one thing. You know, if you're actually like using it to listen, but, you know, just leaving it running, if you're kind of forgetting about it or whatever, we just try to turn that off, because we don't want that. We want to know, we want vocal chat. You know. Slow pump. No, really, like there's a section I'm going through. just had construction and stuff, and some of the manhole covers are like just sort of sticking way out of the ground. And if you hit them at a certain speed, oh my god, like that's just asking for a flood. It's definitely just want to walk away. I mean, I'm glad they have them painted orange. You can see them pretty easily. That's why I did see them actually. So I'm glad that I appreciate that they did that, because otherwise I probably wouldn't have seen it. So at least they did that. But like, yeah, hopefully that's what makes it. Couldn't they give me a bump sign for that? Jeez. It was like the road went up onto another piece of road, and the road was like that thick, and I had to drive up onto it. It was like do. It's like, geez, you couldn't have told me about that. I just took that on a turn too, man. The real reason they don't want you driving around. Yeah, the real reason. Yeah, they don't want you complaining about how bad the roads really are. Oh, God. Oh, man. What's going on? What's going on? We are live from the vehicular. That's right, we are live from the vehicular. The vehicleness. Vehicular vehicleness. Yes, we are live from the vehicular vehicleness. Yes, we are. We are live, we are live. What the fuck is going on, everybody? This is a pretty nice looking sunset behind me, though. Look at that. It's pretty chill here. Yeah, man. So we're just gonna. I hope Sydney Man's getting his pizza and enjoying that. I hope everybody's just having a good evening. You know, I'm thinking about all you watching this. You know, thinking, you know, like hoping you're all having a good evening. You know, wishing you well. Thinking about, you know, hoping my all of my supporters and all the people that actually like the channel and support the channel over the years. You know, you guys are doing well, and you know, even the ones that don't, that hate me, I hope you guys do well too. You know, I don't wish you ill. I don't wish that upon anybody. I just want you to take your trash out of here. Yeah, just don't bring your trash in here. But aside from that, you know, I don't wish any of you anything but good tidings. You know, I hope everybody's doing well. Sincerely. CD Man. CD Man is back in the chat. CD Man is back in the chat. Back in the chat. CD Man is back in the chat. Back in the chat. Back in the chat. We got this chat popping off now with your one message. Woo. It's popping off now. I know, right? They've just been consistently popping in and out. When you came back, CD Man, suddenly when you posted your message, there was like 3 other people in here. Yeah, you're never gonna stop me. The nightmare you've been dreaming of. That day is approaching, and I'll show you what I'm made of. This is just the beginning. Your anxiety is justified. Yeah, they're running scripts. They're trying to ping IP and stuff like that. They're just trying to learn information. That's why they're sitting there. Sometimes people actually legitimately come in and sit there and don't say anything, but I mean, usually if somebody's in a live stream, they want to chat. That's why they're there. Yeah, a lot of times it's really is the content creators, as I explained earlier. I don't know if you watched or you've been catching up, but you know, the scam that a lot of these guys are running is essentially they're not really very good at making content and knowing how to relate to an audience anymore. So they come in and farm content ideas from us that are actually good at it, and then come in and cause problems for our stream and stuff like that. So essentially they have their alts in there watching to learn, and so that way you never really kind of grow. They cause problems for you if you do, because then that causes problems for them if you do, because they've been taking your ideas, and so that's the idea. Then people would flock from them to you, and they don't want a healthy competition. So that's the point. They just want to eliminate the competition and not have any type of any you know, they just want to have an unfair advantage essentially. Yeah. Well, the issue now though is part of the issue now is that content creators have been running the scam for a while, where they can just sort of send a bunch of people in to learn from you, and then they're just sitting there causing problems too at the same time. So, and case in point, remember when we put the live control room YouTube, when we used to put that on the screen a while back, and they proved that they could make the numbers whatever they want. They can instantly put the likes at like 20 likes if they wanted to, like just instantly. I remember the one time, didn't it even say like -1 view or something? Like they did something really strange. And so essentially just to prove that they could do it. So that's why, like, again, it's all being looked into, because that's very strange. That's very, like, all that is so weird. And the fact that they'd come in the chat while I'm doing the stream with the thing there for other people to see, and other content creators to see, and everybody to see,
to essentially make that known, to try to scare people, that looks very terrorizing. That's not good. So like that's why it's being investigated, because that's really strange that they came in to do that. And we've had death threats and all kinds of various things happening around. A lot of it happens around politics, especially the more we get into politics and stuff. And I think it's more just accurate to say that they feed on the hate. And so since politics breeds the most hate, and so, you know, that's why I've said, you know, there's really only one word for it. So understand people's actions. I think you deliver content better than some dives or streamers. Some might disagree, but I don't care. Thanks, Steve, man. I appreciate that. Like, in my opinion, too, it's more about, you know, like, why do you watch a content creator? Some people watch a content creator because they want that. They want the whole chat, like, community and trolling aspect of it. Okay, great. Leave that on their channel then. Don't bring that into mine. Don't force that onto the rest of the platform. I'm fine with it if you do it on your channel, but don't force it. That's why I always said, you know, you can talk whatever you want, but the moment you go into somebody else's channel and you force that on them, you're forcing it on their channel and their platform, and so they have to deal with it. It's forcibly being brought into your channel. So that's why, like, something in my throat. That's why I've always said that basically, you know, you need to remember that it's just as simple as the fact that I'm a content creator making content, and I'm saying stuff a certain way, and people just come in and they get angry. I'd call that good content. You know, 5-10 years ago, like 5 or 10 years ago, I'd be like number one. Guarantee it. Like, everybody be like, this freaking guy comes on here not giving a F what anybody thinks. He says the truth. He tries to get as middle of the road as possible. He's delivering us the truth. He speaks the truth. Like, that's the point, is like, this is what's so angry to these people, is because I'm being truthful and everything's fucking woke. Everything must be canceled. And we must, oh, your feelings. Oh, your feelings. Oh my God. Oh my God. He's talking about this. Oh, I'm so triggered. Then don't watch it. Like, you're the one with the problem if you're going out of your, like even just what I just said by that just now. If you're affected by that, that is a you problem. Shouldn't give a fuck what I think. I'm just some fucking guy on YouTube. If you come in and cause a problem and then draw attention to yourself and then be like, oh, look at me, oh, you did this, you're the one coming in, drawing attention to yourself and doing that. That's you. That's you with the problem. You're coming in and drawing attention to yourself and doing that. Again, I don't go in other people's chats and do this. They are trying to get me to do that. They've been trying to get me to do that for a long time, and I ain't doing shit. I'm just sitting here. I'm like, that's the point. They want me to do this. So that's why it's being investigated, because they're trying to trigger a response. So essentially, they're getting a lot of other people to do the same thing. They're getting other content creators to do the same thing who did do the same thing. And probably it ruined their careers. or something like that. And really, they're just groups of people sort of terrorizing content creators. And that's all they're doing. And you got some problems, man. So we've been playing No Man's Sky, CD Man. We've been playing that. There was a new update yesterday. Apparently more like ship customization and stuff like that. But honestly, I've just been figuring out more about like the building aspect, and I started building bases and stuff. Hey, no sleep. What's up? What's up? No sleep in the house. No sleep in the house. No sleep coming through. No sleep coming through. Coming through. How's that pizza, CD Man? Man, I'm like about to burst. This thing. I don't know even know how I finished it. It was a lot. It was a lot. Definitely a thicker crust though. Usually get a pizza that's like thin crust, you know. Not this one. There's a lot of dough. It's good though. Looks like a nice, warm, thick breading with some crunch to it, some crisp to it. That was good. Around the buggies, we get to go around the buggies, around the horse and buggy, around the horse and buggy, around the horse and buggy, around it we go. Yeah, you'll be passing this area. You pass a lot of horse and buggies. Especially on Sunday. Yeah, if you're out traveling on Sunday around this area, man, it's going to be non-stop. It really will be. And if you're a tourist, just get used to the fact that we sort of expect you to pass them. Just get used to it. It's just like sort of expected that you're going to pass them. There's just so many, it would impede traffic if you didn't. Just give them space, give them more time. You don't have to be impatient about it, but just give them the space. That's all. The reason that's why they wear the things inside of their eyes and stuff. Like it helps with not spoken horse. So. You don't have to worry too much about that if you're wondering about that. They wear like little covers on the sides of their eyes. As far as I know, I think that's so that the horse doesn't get so spooked.
sees it, it's like basically in front of it by then. So you don't have to worry too much about that as long as you're doing what they should be, you know, to put that on there. But yeah, just give it a little bit of room, you know. Like you don't have to like be all the way into the lane or anything. Yeah, give them a little room and you pass. Just expecting that you would. So yeah, we've been getting to No Man's Sky. Yeah, No Man's Sky has been really surprising me. It really has been. And that new update too. We had several updates for the game recently. You know, I gotta admit, it's sort of holding its own. Graphics are, you know, even the graphics are still look pretty good for now. I mean, like, obviously, like, there are graphics that look better now, but, like, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. Finished the pizza, that's for sure. We devoured that thing. We did finish all of it. And I am feeling it now. I am feeling it now. Feeling it now. It's all sitting in there. Ooh. Here's the issue. When we make content that draws attention to
Hello, it's in the stream. We are still live, and that's what we're talking about. Is they're not fighting fair. These content creators, they are actually causing a problem for the stream. So essentially, we have these issues, that people tune out and go into their channel, and watch their stream, and they hear them talking about like the same thing or something like that I was talking about, except they're doing it better because they watched my stream and they're like, oh, well, I'm going to change it to this. So that's what they do. And they're not fighting fair. And cause a problem for the stream and send alts in and stuff like that to try to fight their battles for them instead of actually making good content, debating the person. Well, because they flat out know that if they do that, it's going to be like, yeah, it's going to be like advertising for that channel. They know flat out that this is good for them. They know it. So therefore, they continuously create this illusion. Hence why like some of these channels do so well, hate on everything. It's an illusion. They know what they're doing and do that. Oh, by the way, this is exactly how scared I am of the dark. These people that come in and threaten me and stuff like that and don't know shit about me. Yeah. Yep. Yep. See how scared I am? Well, real scary shit. Let me tell you what. Get a life. Yeah. Oh, God. Like the stuff I went through to be as good as I am, as good as I became at martial arts, the level of skill that I obtained, the knowledge I obtained to be that good, the disciplines that I had to learn. What you get on this channel is just the result of, because I've proven that I'm good at martial arts, I'm proven that I have a brain, I've proven all these things. So many of the evil people that exist in the world have come out of their way to attack me and harass me, because I am so, like that's the point, is that they why is it that they look at me as a threat? Because I am talking crap, like basically that's the, I said what I said about people that don't know what they're talking about martial arts too, and I made a lot of good points, and I've made a lot of good points about a lot of things. So, all people can really do is just threaten and hope you stop. Hope it scares them or something. And this is what people do. So, it's like, this is, yeah, okay. Yeah, real scared, man. Yeah, here I am. Complete dark. Yeah. I'm scared of a couple of empty threats. No, we'll just have that investigated to prove, like that's the point. Like, you're not gonna just come on and threaten people. What's wrong with you? Like I'm just, the point is I'm just talking about stuff, and people want to threaten me. That's messed up. wrong with people that want to hurt and threaten other people just because of stuff they say. I mean, that's pretty sinister, man. So here I am out here in complete darkness, talking to you. You know, basically saying, don't mean shit to me, man. The amount of stuff I have overcome in my life, you wouldn't believe. Stuff I can't even say. You know, out of sheer protection. Like, you wouldn't even believe. That's the point, is like a lot of the stuff that I've aimed to just at least help people grasp even a notion of where I would come from is like unbelievable to a certain degree. But then they see evidence of it in some of the martial art videos, and they're like, okay. Some of the real ones see it. And they're like, yeah. I see how casual he is with stuff. He's been doing this a long time. It's not something that you fake. And you know, like there's just a lot of other stuff too that people are. You know, some people they care, and that's the point, is that they would have to care long enough. Most of the people that come on here, well, not for very long, and it's really just to try to, you know, save face, you know, like essentially that's the whole point, to show support. But it's a lot of it's out, you know, like the point is, what do you say? These folks don't know what to say. It's not real support. It's just, oh, let's type some letters in the chat. What the hell does that mean? That you're tricking chat to get more people in the stream? Yeah, that's what it means. We know that. Everybody knows that. Okay. So you gotta do that? Yeah, apparently so. Even with the 100 concurrent viewers, they feel the need to do that. Meanwhile, here I am like barely struggling to get a few. And we got people from those channels actually coming in to harass me and cause problems. It's pretty freaking sad, man. This is what I'm saying. Is like these people, they're coming out of nowhere. They're so triggered by a guy with like a few hundred subscribers and a few concurrents. I'm making some damn good points. If that's the case, I'm making some damn good content. If that's the case, and they're farming ideas from me, I'm making some real good points. If that's the case, you got to really start to question all the things you've seen, all the issues you've seen. I've proven. I've shown you the screenshots. I've made the posts. I've taken them down because I'm not here to get anyone. That's what I want to reiterate. I've shown these to support. Case in point, here it is. Some stuff is meant to be said, and not necessarily just left there. Some stuff should be taken down. You know, maybe some stuff is just, you know, all right, now we know. Knowing is half the battle. Now we have to let it go, and we got to get rid of it. We got to take it down. That's why I do that. Oh, he takes it down. That's why. You know, you learn. Not everything's meant to be kept. And yes, sometimes we have streams where, admittedly, unfortunately, we are all human. And people, you know, because it's a bad day, or inexplicably because of this or that, it's a worse day than normal. And is someone getting the best of you? They do. Once in a while. No matter how strong you are. What really takes the courage is to admit that. And to get the fuck up the next day. And look them dead in the eye and say, no. Here I am. still making this content. No, you will not stop me just because you can do your little harassing things and pretend like you're not doing it. Here I am. So that's the point. That's how I've always been. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just the way I grew up. I mean, yeah, all throughout high school, I remember trying to convince people that I was in martial arts class, and like, so kind of nobody believed me. And that really mattered to me for some reason. You know, because you're young, you know, that stuff really matters to you. I remember just trying to convince people, and just like, oh, I don't believe you, and stuff like that. You know, maybe you're not the best at the time, but you still want to like try to prove it, and you try to show them something, and then they still don't believe you because at the time maybe you suck at it. You know, maybe not so great. You know, it takes a long time. So, you know, one heck of a boost of confidence, one heck of a, you know what, I can do this. When I finally did the high school talent show, showed up in front of everyone, bust out some Iron Maiden doing martial arts. Damn, I showed them. I have a very similar response that Napoleon Dynamite had when he did his dance in the movie. It was just the sort of thing where just kind of nobody expected it. Yeah, like, I mean, obviously I had a lot to learn still. Talking high school, man. I wasn't a Sifu yet. Took a while. I had a lot to learn yet. But I was still good and I practiced. So that's the point. Yeah, maybe it didn't look at the best at the time, still. It didn't look bad. And it was a very similar Napoleon Dynamite moment that I had. I don't even remember if that movie was out at the time. I just remember everybody just stood up and burst into a standing ovation, cheering. And it was really hard to hold back, you know, how much that meant. And I've always wanted that, you know, that sort of feeling again, you know. Like, that's why, like, I always yearned to be like a performer or something like that. I always wanted to like sing. And the teeth thing happened, the thing with my teeth, where like it's one cracked tooth after another, where you crack a tooth, there's another cracked tooth in your mouth, causing more problems, going down your throat. Now it just doesn't make it very clear anymore. You get more raspy, things fluctuate. It doesn't come as like something that used to be completely natural and so easy. I could just do it without even thinking. Like, it was so simple. The easiest voice control on the planet, pretty much. I mean, I used to be able to mimic Michael Jackson for crying out loud. I mean, we're talking like some pretty close mimicking stuff here. Some really incredible voice control. And you know, because of the teeth, a cracked tooth, which turns into another cracked tooth, causes problems, goes down the throat, gets worse over time. Just let them build up. Hence the cough. Not a smoker. I don't smoke. I don't like cigarettes. I have a lot of allergies, specifically the nose, in case you didn't notice. This is why the whole teeth thing too causes issues for my nose. It's all connected. Also my ears. It's definitely contributing to that, sure. Obviously I need to get my teeth fixed, but once in a while I'm gonna get those infections and I'm gonna need to go to the doctor. This is why the dental thing needs to be addressed in this state, in this country in general. I mean, here I am, bouncing around from job to job, you know. It's like the sort of thing where sometimes I get really close to almost getting it all done. But it's like the point is that the more time goes by, the more it builds up in there. I got so many broken teeth in my mouth. And the people that come into my channel think they're gonna like threaten me momentarily, and I'm gonna be like upset about things they say or something. It's like, man, you wouldn't believe the amount of pain I've gone through and had to put on a smile at a drive-through window when some asshole is yelling at me through a fucking speaker box that I need to be fucking polite to him. And meanwhile, there's so much goddamn pain in my mouth. I want to take my fist and ram it straight through the concrete wall. But I don't. I don't do a single thing. I just stand there and I finish my shift. You have no idea how many times I did that. I'm done. I'm done doing it. Done. You know, I'm done. You know, like it's the point is I need to get this stuff fixed. And I've said this stuff before, but it's like, you know, I'm so tired of pretending when I can't. It's like there's only so much you can do anymore. You know, I'm in a service industry, and one more freaking customer tells me I gotta be polite when my fucking pain level's like an 8 out of 10. See ya. No, I'm not gonna freak out on them. I'm just gonna leave. It's not their fault. No, I mean, they're just voicing a complaint. I'm upset about something else. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean? Like, so that's why, like, you guys gotta understand that sometimes the way I talk, the tone, it's not always easy for me. I know I hide it well, I wear it well. Sometimes you might see it in my eyes, though. Pain, man. I've been in pain for a long time. Like, it hurts a lot, often. I just deal with it. So the point is, you're not gonna threaten me with your stupid little momentary coming in the stream, being, you know, like I have been in so much pain for so long. You think you can threaten me? You're a joke compared to what I've dealt with. So that's why I just have zero patience for it, zero tolerance for it, and that's why it's getting dealt with now. Tired of being harassed when my life's difficult enough. And everybody just thinks it's not. They just paint this picture of, oh, look, there's a white guy with blonde hair, and he's thin and looks young. So just calm the fuck down. Go to sleep or something. That's what I need to do. So anyway. Been in pain a long time, man. And that's why I need this. And I'm not going to sit here and beg for it. I don't do that. I don't ask for anything. That's the point. That's why it's so offensive when people would just come in and take and take and take. That's actually offensive. That's what it means, guys. There you go. There's a real example of what it means to be offended. This whole time, I'm making this content, and they're just coming in and farming it for themselves. Meanwhile, they just completely overlook the fact that my life could be quite difficult, more so than they could possibly realize. More, there could be even more stuff that I can't talk about even now that you guys don't know going on in my personal life. And you have no idea. And meanwhile, they're just farming for content ideas without giving any care in the world to what I need out of it. That's actually taking offense to something. That's what it means. It's offending me. It's hurting me. It physically is. It's causing me to be offended. You have to realize the difference between the two. When somebody's just sort of on a stream and speaking their mind, talking about whatever they want, and you come in and you want to be triggered by them, that's not an offense. That you aren't offended. Simply turn it off. It's only if somebody's impeding what you would already be doing. For example, everybody has the right to protest. Everybody, in my opinion. You have the right to protest whatever you want. I think that's a good thing. You should. But the moment that you stand in front of traffic, or you destroy something, or you prevent people from going to class, you are now sort of kind of doing the opposite of what you want to do and what you want to try to convince them of. Nobody's going to want to side with you if you're sort of kind of forcing them, just like forcing them down their throat, just standing in their way. I'm trying to get to work, man. Like you have to get it. So that's why those people take offense when you do that. And then they're far more inclined to think the opposite of you because they were offended by you. Now, I'm not defending those actions then, the people that drive through crowd. Oh my God, that's terrible. It's horrible. No. Obviously don't do that. Obviously. Be reasonable. Yeah, obviously don't do that. That's terrible. But don't just like, all right, fine. You want people to see. I'm fine with it if you want to stand on the side of the road, as long as it's like not causing, too much of a risk for somebody getting hit or something like that. Like that's the point. Is like we don't want anybody to get hurt, and we don't want anybody to feel liable that anybody's going to get hurt. So like that's the point. That's what it means. Is like you have to realize that in those situations, that's what it means to be offensive and to take offense to something. Is like you have to realize that you're trying to force your opinions on somebody that's on his way to work, and you're doing so by preventing him to go to work. He could lose his job, all because you, I don't know, what's the next something going on in some other country. That has nothing to do with this guy or his job. And you've now maybe caused him to lose his job because you're like standing in front of traffic or something like that. That's like this big thing. What you have to realize is he now takes offense to anything you're doing. Absolutely, he shouldn't retaliate. Absolutely. But you should be willing to accept the fact that you're in the wrong in the first place. Yes, stand alongside the road, hold up your signs, yell as loud as you want, but do so in a reasonable manner. Don't do it super late at night when you're going to wake people up. Don't cause some issue where you're leaving your signs on the ground for other people to find and pick up. Don't destroy things. Back up the fact that you want to speak what you care about, what you're passionate about, but do so in a civilized manner. And suddenly people might want to listen. You guys remember like the writer's strike? That's the point. Well, you guys want to not pay us what we deserve. Guess what? There's a lot of people that are going to start going on strike to support our cause until you start paying us what we deserve. That's all they did. They just didn't go to work. They're just like, well, you want to have all these projects come out and we have all these big names that like working with us. So guess what? They're all just going to go on strike with us. See ya. And then Hollywood was in a bind. They had to just eventually go, yeah, oh, all right. We'll come to an agreement. That's how you do things. That's how civilized manner. I just want you guys to understand that at times it may be really weird to understand. You sort of come in at an off time and kind of yelling about this or that or whatever. That probably some really bad shit happened. And then on top of all the other stuff, like right now, my left ear is like there's something. And I'm standing here, sorry, giving you guys content. And like there's nothing going on with it. There's something going on with it for a few days. I haven't done anything, it just hurts. I don't say anything, I just kind of ignore it. So the next person that wants to tell me that I'm zoned out or something like that, I could really care less what you think about my facial expressions. But I'll tell you one thing. You go ahead and tell me what it's like. You come talk to me when you know what it's like to deal with a very stressful, high stress, low pay environment with extreme pain, where you have to be polite to people. Or you're forced to be polite to people all at the same time when you're dealing with that. Tell you what. It's the sort of thing where like you really respect and appreciate why Gordon is the way he is. I mean, I really respect that man. Like he has in my opinion, he has a pretty infinite amount of patience for, because like a lot of times he sort of just kind of like gets upset and uses obscenities and stuff like that. But it's like a lot of times he could really just shut down a business half the time for some of the stuff they're doing. It's like you don't appreciate that, It's like I'm okay with. I don't like talking about it a lot because I never wanted to be the guy that gets on YouTube and be like, like, oh, pity me, stuff like that. I don't want to be that guy. I'm not that guy. That's why I don't talk about it. I intentionally don't talk about it. But I mean, you just don't realize that some people they try to be private people. And that's how I've always been. It's just like what Obama dealt with Trump. I'm not trying to be political. I'm not. I'm not going to be political here. This is just going to be a personal thing. That's just the truth of the fact. Everybody knows what happened. He actually did pressure Obama into revealing his real birth certificate, and he did. If you want to look at that as a good thing or not, that's fine. That's on you. But the point is, he was a very private man. He showed it to who he needed to show it to, and Trump did a bunch of things to pressure him into really showing it. So this is the point. It's a similar sort of situation where, you know what I mean? Trying to talk kind of low because it is a little late now, so I'm just trying to make sure I keep my voice here. there's times when I have to be sort of cryptic about what I'm doing and stuff like that because of all these people causing problems. And that's why. I mean, if I have a schedule or I announce things, we have problems. And so then, of course, that creates a situation when it's hard for people to know when to watch. That's all part of that plan. That's part of that plan that they have to take my channel down. You know, they've been planning this for a while. You know, I mean, man, this guy's not gonna come on here and like K-pop and heavy metal at the same time. How dare he? Yeah, how dare this guy? Like, I even believe the hate. It's unbelievable. And people really will just hate you just because of stuff kind of like that. It really is kind of crazy. And honestly, guys, like, why does everybody hate somebody just because of like? I mean, I would have to get political again, but like, stop this stuff. You know, like you can't hate people. Like, you gotta really stop hating people because like they might vote for or something like that. Like, it's just gotta stop, man. It's it causes all kinds of problems. Because then, like, how do you know you yourself are keeping your own best interests in mind? And this is sort of thing, like, maybe like you do kind of have it wrong. You know, like, and all these years, kind of like you can sort of like looking at it like kind of skewed, and that's why it doesn't make any sense because like every time you like try to prove something wrong or you try to debate somebody, that's why like they always seem like like, oh, they're using fact checkers, they're using this. Well, the reasons these things exist because these organizations spend time into actually researching these things and finding out whether they're true or not. Yeah, and so like we have to realize is like there are some like just huge amounts of information that I think folks don't know, like why fact checkers exist, like why they came about, and like just about them and stuff. And so like just even thinking about them as that, as like even the fact of why they would exist in the first place, and thinking about them as an organization and people with jobs and actually like care about like factual information and stuff like that, and historically, factual information, and that's sort of like the point is to get the actual like fact of the matter correct, so we don't repeat mistakes, And so, this being like extremely important in like matters like national security and things like that, it is actually really important sometimes for these things to exist and for the record to be straight. So I think there's a lot of things that just it becomes an issue of almost nobody knows how a TV station is run or a journalist does their monologue or whatever it is they're doing. Almost nobody kind of just like knows how that goes and knows what goes into it. If people would research that, And that's why I started actually watching. Now, don't cringe when you hear this. Hear me out here. This is why I actually started watching like Stephen Colbert and stuff like that, is because the reason why I sort of realized where I wanted to fall in line was because I always watched SNL and I always found that really funny. I always thought it was really cool how they just basically said what a politician would say and somehow just made it funny because they're just repeating what they said. And so I just thought that was a really honest way of making comedy out of it. But not more recently. More recently, they sort of kind of just started making stuff up and stuff. But I'm talking like way back in the day. And it used to be really funny, like Danny Carvey. He used to do really funny and stuff like that. He did a great Bush and all that. Like just like way back in the day and stuff like that. And so I started researching and found out Stephen Colbert was actually a writer for SNL and stuff like that. And then he wrote for The Daily Show. If you remember, he was on The Daily Show for a while. And what you start to realize is that, essentially what they're doing a lot of times is they're looking up real news articles and finding the actual real juicy factual details. And then just making it, like just talking about it, making fun of it. That's all they're doing. And then that's why the politician the next day gets so mad. So this is like these guys have been doing the troll game for so long, and you guys have been missing out on it. Like this is what's so funny, and you could be joining in with this. You could be having the time of your lives sitting here watching Stephen Colbert rip these guys for just speaking the truth, for just literally sitting there and like just saying the things that the guy literally said or did, and then making a joke about it. Now, like that's the point is people say that it's like it's not fact or something. Actually, a lot of times it is. It's the joke after the fact that isn't. If that makes sense. So that's the point. Is a lot of times you'll just like be watching. It's like, really? Is that what happened? And you go look it up, and it's like, wow, that is really what happened. Oh my god! And then you just laugh even harder. So that's why I implore you guys to like really listen to some of these guys and watch this stuff and consider like both sides of the coin, because a lot of those guys and stuff that started making fun of it, they also make fun of the Democrats too. It's a very common misconception that they only make fun of like the Republicans. That's actually not true. It's just that's what you hear. That's what gets most views. And it's funniest because it's just like that's the point. That's who's been saying the most ridiculous things lately. So I digress on that. I'm just pointing out that that's how I ended up finding out about a lot of stuff and just looking it up, is because I'll start watching stuff like that and find it funny, and then I'll actually do some research on it. And, like, I wonder how much of this is actually true. And I'm like, oh my god, it's true. And I'm like, oh my god, that's ridiculous. And then it'll be like, oh, it's funny, but it's not funny at the same time. Like, man, that's kind of annoying, like, why do you do that? So that's where you guys are missing out. Like, you could really, like, you're here trolling on YouTube and stuff like that. You could really be joining in on the left with Colbert and all these other guys that do it so well. Jon Stewart came back to The Daily Show. He's a genius. That guy's been doing this for a long time, and he's still funny with it. Still super funny with it. And that's the point. Even Jon Stewart, he's also one of those guys that made fun of everybody too. He doesn't pick a side really. It's just he sides with the one that makes more sense, that it has logical things and policies to talk about. And a lot of times, yeah, you guys know who that is these days. So that's why I was saying earlier, like, just what you have to realize is they're there for you. And any guy that spends a lot of time just sort of kind of talking about the other person, not really talking about what he's going to do for you, that doesn't really do anything for me. or a guy that he doesn't spend a lot of time talking about like specifics. He just says he's going to make something really good and it's going to be really big and it's going to be for everybody and it's going to be the best and and it's going to be the best you've ever seen and you don't even know. I mean that sounds like a you don't even know. I mean like that just like sounds completely made up, you know what I mean? Like that's the point is like so like anybody that sounds like that, they don't have anything. Like that's not anything. That's just made up. Like the point is you want specifics. Like prove to these guys like that you're not that you can follow them a bit. You know, they're talking over your head on purpose, so don't let them. You know, research the stuff, look into it. And if your candidate's sort of a dumbass, why would you vote for that guy? He needs to be able to support your party better. And don't vote for a dumbass. Aside from that, voting for that guy, it's just not. He's not going to suit your best interest. It'll always be his. He'll tell you it's yours, but it's his. You ask me. The guy that been doing this a long time and stuff like that. Like, there's a reason he's doing it. You know, like that's the point. Like, I digress. I'm not gonna keep going on politics and stuff like that for a while. But a lot of the guys, like it's just the sort of thing where like I think they try to do like a certain thing that like people ask for, but then just generally speaking, people don't know what they want. They don't really understand what helps. So they sort of serve it to you in a way that you think is this, but really it's something else. Because you don't understand. And they know that. So they have to sort of kind of lie a little bit and package it like this. Because you don't get it. That's part of the issue. And so that's why I always said it's education. And so like that's the point is the ones that want to be honest with you recognize that part of the issue is you really won't understand what they're saying. Like they're trying, but like you really won't get it. Like they try to get it across to you and you just, oh, you're trying to take these things away. No, that's not what I said. No, that's like opposite of what I said. And so like people just don't get it. And that's the point. That's actually how that sort of stuff got started. Is just people misunderstood and misrepresented what they would say naturally. And so the media just sort of took it and spun it and just sort of took it that way. Originally speaking, the tabloids were some of the only things that used to kind of lie all the time, basically. You know, the giant picture newspaper at the end of the aisle with the big words on it. It's just a complete blatant lie. It's like something like, it'll say something like, Bill Clinton exposed as an alien or something just completely ridiculous like that. I remember like that was like what we used to see and it's like, okay, that's obviously it's obviously just completely nonsense. But you know, that was how ridiculous it was, so you just knew. Now the point is, obviously they know that people aren't going to believe that anymore, so that's just a different game. And it's not tabloids anymore, it's like all over the place. It's just bad. I mean, like, they'll just pay for a website. Like, this is, I don't know, what's a name? What's a media name? Independent News Media or something like that. And they'll have a logo and everything. And they'll just be like, yes, we're news. And then, like, they just pay for the domain and just call themselves news. And then just endlessly lie about, like, just this and that. Just make crap up and stuff like that. Like, that you can just do that. That's the point. So, you have to realize that this is why, like, certain outlets are reputable and why we do trust, like, a lot of the mainstream stuff is, like, there's a reason it is mainstream. And, yeah, all right, I get it. with mainstream, you do have a certain amount of commercial nonsense and stuff, but learn how to be better at weeding that out. Obviously, people these days don't seem to be too great at weeding that out and understanding. And my little helpful stuff, hints of that were just that really be careful with like the things that look like they're sort of like segments, where it's like a bunch of people talking about an issue and stuff for a while. When you have a guy sitting in front of you and there's like a little picture next to him, and he's just sort of kind of reporting and stuff, a lot of times, not all the time, but a lot of times that is, like CNN, even Fox, they're just reporting. They're just going to give you the news. They're giving you facts a lot of times. They really are. The danger zone, and a lot of times, you get the weather after that. You'll get the sports, That's what you want, the facts. That's good. The danger zone is like pretty much the rest of the day. When you get all the other shows where it's like, coming up next, we have Fox and Friends or something like that, and it's just like a bunch of people talking about their opinions. That's all it is. And they're like, they're just rich people that know they're saying things to you because they want you to buy this stock or say things to get their viewers to, the idea is these people have been playing social experiment with you for decades. And so, y'all act like this is something new, like content creators are like doing like gaslighting stuff. No. You guys have been getting this from these news outlets for like freaking decades. So that's honestly what you got to consider. And that's why it is really hard to tell who you can trust. But it's like, well, honestly, a lot of times they are giving you facts. You just have to really not watch those segments. Like a journalist is just a journalist at the end of the day. So a lot of them, the anchors, they're just sitting there reading a script, delivering, well, this happened today, here, this time, blah, blah, blah. Nobody's going to be like, oh, that didn't happen. And that's the point, is there's only one person that sort of kind of came around and started doing that. And you get where I'm going with that. So just don't, that's why it's dangerous when, it's the sort of thing where we've learned throughout history why those types of followings are bad. We've learned throughout history why, specifically more European history. Obviously, it involved us. We were involved, sure. But you guys get where I'm going with that. Why those types of followings are bad. That's the point is you don't want enough people, to get behind any one person. That's the point. You want democracy. You want government. Don't be scared of that word, by the way. Just because it has, and this is, I think, what people do. They scare of the word democracy. It's like, no, that's a good word. That's what you want. That's the middle of the road. Just because the word Democrat and democracy sound the same, that doesn't mean anything. And I think people confuse that. That has no relevance to that. You want democracy. So just throwing that out there. Anybody confused about that sort of thing. But anyway, I think we're getting low on the battery. Some guy just shined his light out the window at me. Like I'm not like allowed to walk on the road or something. People around here are really weird about stuff. Like I'm literally walking on the road and he shines light out the window. Like, so what? I'm on the road. Like, jeez. Why I lowered my voice? Because it's like, alright, I'll lower my voice so I'm not bothering anybody. Just walking on the road, man. Yeah, calm down. Some stars out tonight. Fairly clear. I think it's funny. I've been walking around out here for like 45 minutes, maybe. And only just now he started shining his light out the window. It's like, okay. Okay, I lowered my voice. There's no way you can hear me. So. I'm not bothering anybody. I'm just walking on the street. Oh, man, that was so weird. Where'd everybody go? What are we doing tonight, by the way? Are we doing anything tonight? I see somebody still in here. It's about that time, I think. Oh, man. Immediately, there's 3 people in here. All at the same time. What's up? I hear a dog in the distance. I think it's about that time, guys. I'm gonna try to figure out what's going on. Thanks for the support, and I gotta I don't know what we're doing yet. I want to like I don't know play some. I guess we'll see. But thanks for the support, guys, and take care.